Jacqui-Lee Pryce for Shadowbox UK. Today's guest is a former GB boxer and amateur sensation, and I don't say that lightly. She signed with boxer Georgia Oconnor. You all right?
Yeah, all the better for seeing you, Jackie. Thank you for having me.
Listen, charming as well.
I try.
So how's the day been? Just arrived, I'm guessing, in Newcastle today for the what do you call it? I was going to call it the weigh-in, but it wasn't weigh-in day today, was it? It was
open workout.
Open workout.
Yeah.
How was
the first time I ever did an open workout? It was strange, like having loads of people like watching me train almost. Normally, I just like to have my dad, who's also like my second coach, and my coach in the gym when I train. I hate people watching us train. So it was odd, like really, really strange, but it was nice. It's nice to be able to have that, you know, and to be able to share my platform and things and have people watch me. And it's all just exposure. I mean, all exposure is good exposure, isn't it? So yeah, it was really, really fun. Did a few interviews after my public workout and stuff, and yeah, it was a really fun day. I enjoyed it.
So this is all a bit, well, it's not new to you because, like I said, you were a former GB boxer, and we'll get onto that in a minute. So you've kind of a little bit used to the old media, aren't you?
Yeah, obviously it's a lot more pushed on you as a professional, I think. But, you know, I love doing interviews. I love speaking, and I've always loved like the thought of inspiring people, especially young ones wanting to take up the sport or wanting to do anything really. So for me, it's just water off a duck's back, to be honest. I did it in the amateurs and I love doing it as professional. Nothing's changed.
Yeah, you got to earn your money this time around, though.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I earned money like when I was on GB, but I couldn't have lived off that money. No way. So that was one of the main reasons as well why I left GB and decided to pursue a professional career. I mean, it just better suited to me. You know, I think GB, it's for some people. For some people, it isn't, and eventually, it just wasn't for me anymore. I wasn't happy, so decided to make the change.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. But you made your debut October, was it? 2021.
It was, yeah.
So it's quite a while. But how are you enjoying the professional scene so far?
Do you know, I'm absolutely loving it, and it's strange. It's like a dream that I didn't know I had. I never anticipated turning professional or anything really. I just wanted to, like, my goal was always just get to the Olympics and win world medals, European medals, which I did do. The only thing I didn't do was the Olympics. But who cares? You know, I'm happy. That's the main thing. And yeah, since I've been professional, like, I feel a lot more relaxed, and I don't feel like there's any unnecessary pressure on me. I'm just really enjoying myself and where I'm at in my life as well, and like my career. Everything is just fell into place beautifully.
So you're out this Saturday on the Marshall Herman's undercard. Is this the right time for you, or was it the right time, should I say? Because there seems to be so much more respect for female professional boxing. Was it the right time to turn over?
I believe so. I think when I turned over, you know, I was ill a couple of months prior. I had like blood clots in my lungs and stuff. Wow. And that kind of made me realise, like, you get one life. I don't want to spend my life doing something I don't love. I don't want to be on my deathbed, whether I'm 80, 90 or 50, God forbid, like, but years old, and have regrets and say, oh, I wanted to do that, but I didn't. I was scared. You know, like, I just wanted to be myself and enjoy myself. And when I met my coach, Mark Lazell, up at Newcastle in his gym, it just had a really good feeling. I liked his vibe. Everything just seemed right. And I just grabbed the opportunity with both hands, haven't looked back since. And thanks God, everything's been good.
Yeah, that sounds great. Let's talk about your amateur career, because it was a good one, wasn't it, though? 5 times national champion. Bad, yeah. Yes, not bad. 5 times national champion, Commonwealth gold, bronze and gold at the Worlds. Am I correct?
Bronze and silver.
Oh, okay, bronze and silver. Sorry about that. It's still good, and a load of European titles. I don't mean to skip over it, but you have had such a great amateur career. And just going back to something that you said, sometimes you just have to kind of move on, and you feel like the professional scene is more suited to you. But also, was it the case of I've been told it's quite competitive, quite rightly so, at GB. And with that comes a lot of stress and anxiety to maintain weight, etc., etc. Is that, am I spot on with that?
Yeah, I don't know who's told you that, but they're absolutely right. Don't get me wrong, I'm really grateful to be on there, and everyone I shared memories with on there. It was fantastic traveling the world. I saw so many different cultures and things, and went to corners of the world I would never have went to if I wasn't part of the GB setup. But there comes a time where your soul just tells you that something's wrong, and I didn't feel like I fit in down there, and a lot of it is if your face fits, isn't it? And yeah, I fell out of love with boxing really when I was there. I didn't feel like I was progressing. I didn't feel like I was getting what I deserved really. So, one day I decided that I knew my worth, and that it was time to move on to be not better things, but just things that were more suited to me.
It's interesting that you say that you didn't feel like your face fitted, because although we've never met in the flesh, I have followed your career, and I know how brilliant you are at boxing, and also how much everybody thought of you in terms of just coaches and stuff. So it's quite surprising.
That's really nice to hear. Thank you.
It's the truth. It is the truth. Do you feel now that you're kind of getting a little bit more recognition? Because it seems on GB that if you're not on the podium on the top level, it's quite hard to push your way through, even if you're doing well, to get those opportunities.
Yeah, I would absolutely agree with that. I mean, obviously, the podium boxers have to come first. Those are the ones that are tipped to go to the Olympics and medal at the Olympics, which is what the program is funded on, But when you're at those lower levels of the program, and you feel a bit neglected sometimes, and yeah, even though the podium boxers have to be put first, it doesn't mean that everyone else doesn't matter, and sometimes I felt like almost I didn't matter, and that I was a bit left out, and I don't feel like I deserved to be where I was. I had a successful career, and I didn't feel like I was being pushed, and because of that I became a bit, not lazy, but just a bit complacent with things, and I missed a few camps because I just wasn't happy there, and yeah, it just became a bit of a bad time in my life.
It's interesting because you're not the first person to have said that, and so I imagine with it, I just imagine that if people started to hear this more often, that maybe they would take something, the positive from it, and start to implement changes, because I think amateur boxing is in danger of losing quite a lot of really great talent, because there's now avenues to go down, isn't there?
Exactly, yeah, I agree. I mean, you see a lot of amateur boxers now turn professional. Some of them, they might not be ready, like not ready. I believe if you want to do something, do it. Like, don't care what anyone else thinks. But some people really do have the talent to go on and be Olympic champions and things, but they're not pursuing that because they're scared of the corruption in the sport as well is horrendous, as we've both seen. And it's no different, I imagine, in other countries and their national teams and things. It's a shame, really. Like you say, we miss a lot of talent in the amateur scene and stuff. But people aren't going to wait around forever for a dream that might never happen.
It's true. And why would you waste all of those productive years when you could be doing something else, which is, what you're now doing? Yeah,
exactly. That was my philosophy. I thought, I'm probably a bit too young for the Tokyo Olympics. They had their other boxers to like send to the qualifiers there at my weight. And they asked, like, do you not want to wait for Paris or Los Angeles? And I thought, Paris, I'll be 2024. I mean, it's a shame it's in France. It would have been made for me. But then I thought, do I really want to wait all those years when I could be A professional, inspiring people on a bigger platform, which is my main goal. B, making money, which isn't the be all and end all, but it's obviously still nice to have a bit more cash in your pocket, isn't it?
It is.
And C, be happier. Like I said, I don't want to look back in however many years and think, oh, I was waiting around and I wasted my young years.
Yeah, 100%. So you talked about the Paris Olympics. So what is your connection to France? Because I keep thinking every time that I see you that you're going to open your mouth and a French accent's going to come out.
I have French heritage, and I grew up there. My dad speaks fluent French. He speaks French better than English. French was actually my first language when I was growing up, when I was over there. When I came back here, I think I was 6. And I was too young to understand that different countries had different languages. So I came here and started speaking French to everyone. I'm surprised I didn't get battered by the kids in the park. I just went up to them and started speaking French, and they were like, "What?" But yeah, that's the connection. Yeah. It's a special part of me, I always say to people they should be proud of the heritage where they come from, and they should embrace it. Everyone should look into it.
No, absolutely. And you're a singer as well, aren't you?
I try. I wouldn't say.
Come on, why did you just do like singer? You played the guitar. You got a few little skills that you're trying to keep hidden.
Yeah, I do it. It's nice. I've been brought up like to always have backup plans and things. I admire anyone that puts 110% in boxing. I think it's a very brave thing. But just for me, I'm very not worried, but I could go out tomorrow and get run over and never box again. So I want to have something else that I could do and that I could inspire people with, because at the end of the day, that's my main goal. So, I've got my music and yeah.
Does the music help you in even just being in camp when you might not want to watch a little Netflix to chill out, just, picking up the guitar, does that kind of just chill you out a little bit?
Yeah, 100%. It just helps me relax. It helps my nerves if I'm if I've got a fight or something, or previously if I was away at a tournament. And it's just a laugh, really. Like, I've never took it seriously or really tried, and everyone says, oh, you're really good, like you should post videos and stuff, which I might in the future. I've earned a bit of money from that as well, singing at like weddings and like theatres and things. But yeah, it's nice to have something else to do to take your mind off boxing. I'm not one of these people that's like lives and breathes boxing. I do like to have a time away from it. If people just talk boxing all the time, my head explodes. I get too stressed. So that's like my escape almost from the madness of the sport.
Yeah, you definitely need something else, don't you?
Yeah, 100%.
So what's that top there? Is that a Newcastle top or something?
That's Newcastle top, yeah.
Are you into footy?
Not massively. Not like my life doesn't depend on it. Like, I'm not going to cry and start beating people up if Newcastle lose. Do you know what I mean? Like a lot of Newcastle fans. But yeah, I like to see Newcastle do well, and yeah, I like Tottenham as well. I'm a fan of Tottenham, bit of a Tottenham fan. But yeah, I like to watch it now and again. Obviously, when the World Cup's on, I love to watch that.
Yeah, same actually. I still don't understand the offside rule though, and I've had it explained to me.
Me neither. But keep that between us. Just cut that
Yes. Yeah. So
let's act like we know what we're talking about.
Oh, I don't even pretend that. Literally, when people start talking about football, I'm like, oh, sorry. But Saturday night, you are going to be on the undercard of Savannah Marshall. Were you actually on GB together? Was she still there when you started going up there?
No, she left after, I think, her second Olympics, which was 2016. And I got on GB. I was 16, but it was at the very end of 2016. I think she'd already left by the time I got there. I think it was like as she was leaving, I was joining, sort of thing.
How mad is that though, to be, going up to GB after the likes of, Savannah Marshall, Nicola Adams and Natasha Jonas, who, are trailblazers in the game of the amateur game, and then to be on her undercard as a professional?
Yeah, it's amazing. Savannah herself's doing so well as a professional, you know. I mean, imagine all the women that have looked at her and thought, wow, I want to do that. I want to be like her. It's amazing. Like, she's done so much for women's boxing. I think as much, if not more, than like Katie Taylor, Nicola Adams, and those kinds of people, you know. And to be on undercard of her is an honour, you know.
And also, Boxer, they seem to be putting out quite a few women. I think, is there about 4 or 5? Don't quote me on this, but I think there's about 4 female cards on the card, if that makes sense.
There's 4 fights on the card. There's myself, April Hunter, Savannah, obviously, and one of my little best mates, Chloe Watson. She's boxing.
Of course, Chloe. Yes. So, just in terms of that, how great is that? I don't think personally, this is just a personal view, but even when sort of professional, I have to say professional boxing, female boxing, and not, we all knew you were great in the amateurs, but do you not think that people are still surprised, like, oh my God, there's so many really great female boxers out there? Or is it still a novelty?
I think people are starting to realise more that women can fight and we can do what they can do. Yes, we only fight 2-minute rounds, but I'm sure loads of women will agree with me. We prefer 3. You know, we just want to be equal, as we should be. I'm a big believer in that, you know. Men and women should be equal. We're both getting punched in the face. We're both punching people back. There's no difference. But I think, in recent years, it has changed massively, you know. I mean, look what's happening on Saturday. A female's headlining a boxing show. Like, imagine that 20 years ago, people would have laughed in your face, wouldn't they? Yeah. So it's definitely progressing, and it's doing amazing. And I'm myself obviously really happy to see that.
And talking of headlining a show, Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano on the 30th of April at Maddy Square Gardens.
Tell you what, I'm more excited for that than Saturday. No.
What's that?
I didn't say anything.
What did you say? You said you're more excited for Saturday?
I said, no, I'm more excited for that than Saturday, to be honest. Like, what a cracker that would be. Mate. Wow.
That is going to be, I mean...
Who do you reckon?
Do you know what? I still... See, I don't know if I'm listening to other people, but I've always thought Katie Taylor. But then people are saying, you know, because... when she and it's true, when she has a tidy boxer, she really struggles against it. Sorry, she's able to deal with a tidy boxer, but when you've got someone who's a little bit more of a brawler, so now I'm like, I've got to go away, like meditate and think about it.
Remember Delphine Pursoon? She gave her a very, very tough fight.
Yeah.
So yeah, I quite fancy Serrano. Like, I love Katie Taylor, and I hope obviously she does the job, but I don't know. I wouldn't like to say.
I know I like Serrano as well. And I'm like, do you know what I need to do? I need to go off, sit down and watch a little bit more of Serrano's fights, because I haven't seen as many as I've seen Katie's, and then try and make a judgment. But
conclusion.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't like to say.
But £1 million for that. They're getting £1 million.
Getting $1 million, life sorted. If they invest that properly, the life sorted, isn't it?
I like the way you've it's if they invest it properly. I was just thinking of like,
get me to the club. No, I think like
amazing.
£1 million, like £1 of dollars, whatever it is. It's a lot of money, but a lot of people let money and fame get to their head. They don't know how to manage it. You can be academically intelligent, but if you don't know how to manage your money properly, money runs out, and inevitably that will too if you don't look after it.
To be fair, I think both of them are probably going to do the smart route, because Katie's not a fame-hungry person even, and Serrano doesn't seem to be, and also she said no to opportunities before because she, felt that she wasn't, being shown her worth, as it were. So fair play to them both.
Yeah, neither of them strike me as like greedy or money hungry. So, and they both seem very like intelligent and articulate. So, yeah, which is nice as well. Female boxers, people think the stereotype that all like female boxers are really butch and manly and masculine, and we're not. I love going out in a dress and heels as much as the next girl. It's just part of the job, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. But we do love a trackie and all, though, don't we?
Oh yeah, just pass me a Nike Tech Fleece. I'm sold.
Oh, mate, I literally love a tracksuit. Just in terms of kind of the fame and stuff, are you finding the whole social media side easy to navigate or quite hard?
Quite easy, to be honest. Like I try and reply to, like, I don't want to say fans because I don't consider myself famous enough to have like fans and things, but everyone that supports me, I always try and reply to every message because you never know what that person's going through. A little message from someone they look up to might just make their day. So I always try and get back to people and just show that love back and give back in any way I can.
And if you could choose any other female boxer's career, who would you choose?
Oh, probably Katie Taylor, to be honest. I think she's a unified world champion. So that's everyone's dream, isn't it? Like, can't go wrong with that. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I want to retire. I think when I'm about 30. So she's a bit older than that. So I don't know. Who knows? But yeah,
how many years you got then?
8.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah, it's quite a long time to get some loads of fights in. But yeah, like at the end of the day, I don't want to be getting my head punched in when I'm 35. I want to travel and enjoy myself. But I think if I work hard in my 20s, then I can enjoy the rest of my life. I've always said that.
Listen, you sound like you've just got your head properly screwed on. You really do.
I try, like I've credit to my mum and dad. They've brought me up in such a beautiful way, and I owe everything to them, really. I always said, like, win, lose, draw. If I get sparked out, if I look into their eyes and they're proud of me, then I'm a champion, regardless.
Listen, I wish you all the best on Saturday evening. Thank you so much for waiting up and giving me your time.
No, thank you for giving me your time. It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.